Hey everyone, Jim Sandrowski here, and we're going to talk about the modifications I've made to my goalie pads to make them more useful for ball hockey. Alright, there's two modifications that I make to my goalie pads to make them more useful for ball hockey, and the very first thing that I do is I install my own sliders. Now you can purchase sliders from a manufacturer like Kineski, Passow, or Deck Goalie. And those are great sliders from what I hear. I have not been able to try those yet. Would love to try them at some point. But I'm really comfortable with the sliders that I've made. How I made these was I basically went on to Amazon, purchased ultra high molecular weighted plastic, and I bought them in 12 by 24 inch sheets, and it's a thickness of 1/16. I use real thin plastic because I don't want to impact the weight of these pads any. These pads are super light, and I want to keep it that way, so I just use the 1/16 inch thickness so it doesn't impact the weight of the pad. And so what I do is basically I cover the whole knee block, the calf block, and the toe, as you can see, and I install that with industrial strength Velcro. Got that off of Amazon as well. You can purchase it pretty much at any hardware store, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever it might be. The other reason that I go with the 1/16 inch thickness is that I can cut it really easy with shears, and so I can make it pretty much any shape that I want. But you can see how I installed that with some Velcro on the side, and then on the actual knee block and the thigh and the calf block, as well as the toe. So second modification that I make is that I always make sure that I can put a bootstrap on my pads. Couple different ways that you can do that. These pads actually came with these pockets here, and they had an elastic toe or elastic bootstrap with it that really didn't do much of anything. This elastic bootstrap was made to be used with a toe bridge with toe ties. I don't use toe ties at all. The reason being is that when I've tried to use them in the past, they put just so much pressure on my ankle joints, my knees, my hips, and I just went back to using just the bootstrap, which I find I can control the pad and the rotation of the pad very well with just the bootstrap, and it gives a little play with my foot so that it doesn't put so much pressure on my joints. Now these ones I just installed. I bought some leather. I made these buckles. I just cut buckles out of old straps that I had off of old pads, and then I just made those buckles, riveted them into, yeah, I could say that a couple times quick, but I used rivets in those, used a leather hole punch, and these are just the screw-in rivets, and you can see how I installed those there, just like that. And then I just used old strapping from old pads to make my bootstrap itself. So those are the few modifications that I make, the two modifications that I make. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll get back with you. I will put the links from the Amazon links that I used to buy the plastic. I'll put that on the description below as well. So if you do have any questions, feel free to comment and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful.